engineering assignment, you've been told that you've got to make a portable docking station which uses 2 speakers, some form of battery, has to have a power indicator like an LED, must have a switch in order to be able to turn the whole unit on and off, and the unit must be freestanding. Freestanding means that it must stand up on its own. So here is a Year 8 project which you may have done, and that will stand up on its own. This unit has a single speaker. It has an on switch on the side here, and it has a socket in the end to put a 3.5mm jack. This is a 3.5mm jack, and this is the little socket that it uses, and the jack just plugs into the socket to make the connection. So this bit is on the unit, and this is the plug that's got to plug into it. This comes in a variety of ways. It may have a little ferrule on the end that is quite big that you can unscrew, that you can actually attach that between the material and then screw it on the outside. That would make the ferrule on the outside a little bit bigger to see. This one, you could drill a small hole and push it into the hole, or you could mount it a little bit remotely like it is in here, where it's actually mounted on top of the surface board, and then the surface board is what's holding it. You don't really need to worry about the design of the PCB. You don't need to really worry about any of the circuitry or the chips or the capacitors or the actual electronics. You are just worried about something, a casing that will hold 2 speakers. It will have an access point to put your batteries inside, but you don't need to see it on the outside. You need to have some way of having an indicator so that you know when it's on and off, and that switch needs to be accessible from the outside, and it's got to have somewhere to plug your lead into it, be it on the front or round the back. Lots of things have batteries, so if I turn this clock over, the battery is deliberately easy to change. You can take it out of the back and take the battery out of. But when it's against the wall, the clock doesn't have the battery on view. Many of you will have mobile phones or cameras that use batteries, and they have a little battery tray where you can pop it open and the battery will then pop out relatively easily. Similarly, disposable vibrating toothbrushes, and the battery is accessible in here, and you can replace it, or sometimes you have to pull the bottom off. Sometimes there are little seals like this one here to stop the water getting inside, because obviously people will wash their toothbrush. Even some power tools, if you have the battery access, it's very easy to extract the battery and put it back in. Your power amplifier has to have a way of changing the batteries, whether it's a simple shelf like that or whether it's a little door like that.